Welcome to the Home CEO podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Jaques. But what is a home CEO? What's this podcast about? And who are you? I'm here to answer all those questions, give you a deep dive in how your home can be less stress, less mess, and more success. Let's dive in. Okay, I've got my cup of coffee and I'm ready to chat. So I am Nicole. I am a home chef, content creator, mom of two, adoring wife, and an owner of a miniature dachshund. If you're not dog people, you really should be. Now, I grew up in New York and Connecticut with the OG of Pinterest moms. Before Pinterest even was a thing, my mother was hosting, dining, and wining all of her friends at our house, and I was always front row and center watching her do so. Her mother, Ruth, was a huge influence in my domestic life. She taught me to be a domestic goddess, anywhere from making my own cleaners that are non-toxic and eco-friendly, all the way to how to bake a 4-layer cake. She was a home chef, taught, and definitely my inspiration for so many things I share on all my social media platforms. I started my platforms 2 years ago. I'm just a toddler in this industry, and I share cleaning hacks, kitchen tips and tricks, easy recipes, and empowering motivation to get you through your day and all the things a home requires. So my holistic viewpoint on home started when I really became a mom. Yes, I was always hosting people after my mom and always the social director of my groups, but really I didn't deep dive into really what makes a home a living, breathing thing until I created it and expanded it with my own family. I had my son 8 years ago and really deep dived into wellness, self-care, how to take care of an infant. And where was this village everybody was talking about having? I felt like I was either begging my friends to come and help me, or they would help me and I felt indebted to them, or I was paying for the village I was supposed to have. I was alone, overwhelmed, and I was just at an all-time low, which should have been a time where I was really high on life with a newborn in my arms. So, just like me, I always say, is there a solution and is this fixable? And in that instant, I decided to make some changes, and they were big. I left my job to be a stay-at-home mom and found one of the most cringe questions I got when I went out with my husband was, "What do you do?" And I struggled for the first few months saying I'm a stay-at-home mom after living my big corporate career to raise our family. But I also realized I could make this into something more. So as I started going out to events with my husband, I decided to start telling people I was a CEO. So the conversations went something like this. "Oh, hi, nice to meet you, chitty chat. What do you do?" "Oh, I'm a CEO." And their eyes would get big or they would giggle and they'd look at me and say, "Of what company?" And I'd say, "Of the Jaques family." And my husband would completely not miss a beat. He would follow up and be like, "I couldn't do my job outside of the house if I didn't have Nicole doing everything inside of our home." And that is how the home CEO came to be 8 years ago with a mom who was struggling to find her identity in motherhood, womanhood, and entrepreneurialhood. Is that a word? If it's not, we just made it up. So with that, I started introducing myself and meeting new people and telling them that I was the CEO of not only my family, but of my life and my journey in raising a young family. Now, this did not go without me getting frustrated or feeling defeated on laundry and dishes and meal prep. And as my kids got older and we added another one into the mix with my daughter, I realized it was so important to look at what we were consuming, not just in food, but also in products, also what's in our pantry, and in addition to what we even put on our clothes. And this is where my non-toxic circle really came to be. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called EOE, eosinophilic esophagitis, when I choked on vacation with my husband. Yes, I kid you not, this really happened. I was in Palm Springs eating a salad by the pool, enjoying my time with my husband, and I choked. And with that brush with the other side, I realized in the emergency room after I was released and told I had an autoimmune disease that I needed to make some large changes, not just in my mental load, but in my wellness load. Self-care for a mom seems daunting. What does that even mean? What is self-care? And what I realized is it's exactly what I thought it was. It was my mind and my heart and my gut. And if I started listening to those and crafting a healthier lifestyle that was one of low toxins inside the home and what I put in my diet, maybe, just maybe, I could heal myself. And so I went on a deep dive with Western medicine doctors and naturopath. I felt rejected, like my body was rejecting itself and causing this issue for me. And it was devastating. I went through a lot of deep dives and rabbit holes, which is why on my platforms you hear me say, I've done the homework on this so you don't have to. Countless hours spent deep diving what and how and when and where to make my home feel less stress and less mess so I could get back to my success. So what is the Home CEO podcast? Well, we're going to cover everything from laundry to grocery shopping to organization to one dish and done to hosting to nighttime routines, wellness, self-care, you name it. It's everything that's in your home, and we're going to make it less stress, less mess, and give you more success in running your home in a way that feels zen, happy, and joyful. Sounds too good to be true? Tune in. Each episode, we're going to have guests on the pod. We're going to do some fun things like dance parties because those are important in your home, and to take a break for truth or dare because adaptability is part of running a home as well. But we're also just not going to entertain. We're going to educate and empower you to be the home CEO you know you are. We're going to get through all of your pain points in your home and make them sane points. Welcome to your new village, the Home CEO podcast with me, your bestie, Nicole. Let's go.